Blackbird Night School. Lesson 6. The moment that stops the world. The holy instant is the single moment the world can't follow because the world is built out of comparison, categories, and contrast. The world survives only by judging one thing against another. Tall makes sense only next to short. Pretty makes sense only next to plain. Strong makes sense only next to weak. Every label depends on another label to hold it up, like two drunks leaning on each other. That's why the mind in this dream never sees anything clean. It sees only measurement. It walks into a room and immediately sorts everything into piles. Good pile, bad pile, danger pile, safe pile, better than me, worse than me, useful, useless, friend, threat. It does this so fast that the judgment feels like sight itself. But the holy instant is the interruption in that machinery. It's the moment where the conveyor belt stops mid-air and all the boxes fall open. Because the purpose of the holy instant is to suspend judgment entirely. Not soften it. Not replace negative labels with positive ones. Not be nicer. Suspend. Stop. Cut the wire at the source. And the only way to suspend judgment is to finally look at how much judging is going on. There's no skipping this part. The mind must walk back into its own warehouse and see the shelves full of opinions, grievances, comparisons, and private verdicts it swore it didn't have. Otherwise, forgiveness is pretend. It's painting over mold. It's spraying perfume in a trash can. It looks holy, but it smells like the same old fear. Ken is right, you can't skip steps. You can't let go of what you refuse to admit you're holding. If a hand is gripping a sword, the first step is not drop the sword. The first step is noticing your fingers are wrapped around a blade and you're pretending you don't feel the cut. That's why the ego designed a world with billions of forms. Billions of places to hide the blame. Billions of places to put the discomfort. If the mind feels guilty but doesn't want to face it, it projects it as quickly as fire jumps to oxygen. It's automatic. Judgment always rests on the past because judgment is nothing but the past. Old stories. Old grievances. Old categories. Old reasons to stay offended. And the ego loves the past because as long as the past is real, separation is real. As long as the past is real, guilt is real. As long as guilt is real, fear is justified. And as long as fear is justified, love feels impossible. That's why the holy instant asks the mind to do something terrifying. Stop understanding anything the old way. Because to the ego, not judging feels like chaos, like losing control, like blindness. But the Course says the opposite. Without the ego, all would be love. And love has no categories. It has no piles. It has no contrast. It doesn't need evil to define good. It doesn't need false to define true. It doesn't need an enemy to know what peace is. True love includes everyone without exception, and that's exactly why the world crucified it. The world doesn't want unity. It wants specialness. Special love. Special hate. Special alliances. Special enemies. The ego needs difference like lungs need air. That's why form blinds. Bodies look different. Personalities look different. Stories look different. And the mind swears those differences matter. But the sameness underneath is the only content that's real. We're all hiding the same guilt. We're all using different costumes to perform the same fear. We're all trying to defend a self that doesn't exist. And until that sameness is recognized, the mind won't remember the Christ sameness beneath it. The holy instant is the place where that recognition begins. Not because the world changes, but because the lens does. Judgment is the lens of the past. Vision is the lens of the holy instant. In the holy instant, the mind stops asking, "What does this mean to me?" and starts letting meaning come from beyond itself. It stops comparing and starts looking. It stops measuring and starts witnessing. It stops sorting and starts seeing. It becomes quiet enough to notice that every attack is the same fear wearing a different mask. Every irritation is the same guilt rising for release. Every enemy is the same self-hatred reflected back for healing. And every holy instant reintroduces a truth the ego forgot. There is nothing to judge because there is no difference to measure. The forms look different, but the fear underneath is shared, and the innocence underneath that is shared too. The holy instant shows the mind the one thing the ego can't survive: sameness. Because sameness dissolves the entire world of contrast. Sameness ends the game. In the holy instant, the world doesn't disappear. The value placed on it disappears. The labels fall. The comparisons collapse. And what's left is the quiet awareness that everyone is walking the same path back to the same light, even if it looks like they're taking different roads. The holy instant restores honesty. The mind stops pretending it already knows what anything is. And in that humility, real seeing begins. This is the moment that stops the world. This is why the holy instant is the centerpiece of the course. And this is why we don't want it. Because the holy instant gives up the one thing the ego loves, the right to judge. But the holy instant also gives back the one thing the ego stole: peace.